There's a new initiative, as Bridget Ngana will tell us more about, on flour blending. She'll tell us more about that. Over to you.
Well, Mark, just as you have mentioned, for Kenyans, it's going to be a different plate of ugali on their tables in the coming months, and this is because the Ministry of Agriculture is seeking towards improving the quality of maize flour that is at our tables. Currently, ugali being a staple food in this country, there is also a deficiency in terms of nutrition. Currently, in the country, we are standing at 26% malnutrition among children, and so to help us understand how ugali is going to be transforming at the tables are the officials who are in charge of the Secretariat, and Professor, I'm going to be joined by representatives from the Ministry of Agriculture, and they're going to tell us what is blending and what should Kenyans expect at the tables in the coming months as you look towards improving the quality of flour and ugali at the table.
Okay, blending is basically milling maize, which has been our staple food, with the crops like millet, sorghum, cassava, amaranth, to give it a nutritive value and making sure that the micronutrients and the vitamins that are in these other crops that are not in maize have been stepped up in the maize meal. Yes. Secondly, we are blending to release the over-dependency of maize as a crop, and therefore while we are blending, we are going to release the maize requirement to the tune of 14.8 million bags by 2022. That is what we have targeted. Apart from blending to make sure we are food secure, we are then looking at nutrition security. Then as we do the milling, we want to make sure that the raw material resource that is now at production level from farmers has been given a market, and therefore what we have been importing in terms of sorghum and the other crops that have been used in blending, we are now going to step up the production. Therefore milling will be also stepped up. Therefore SMEs will develop along the value chain, right from production, processing, packaging, and even now marketing. Yeah.
Maybe, Mr.
Yes.
How is this going to create employment, and what exactly are you going to be blending in the coming months?
Of course, we are aware that the production of millet and sorghum and cassava will open up many of our areas which have been lying idle. For example, many years ago, we used to put millet under plantation in northern Kenya, eastern, upper eastern, lower eastern, Nyanza, and those other places. Gradually, they lost market, and you see nobody produces millet, all those products now. Now, with the opening up of this blending, we are going to ensure that these areas now start producing millet, they start producing sorghum. This will produce thousands and thousands of employment, actually millions. We are estimating that the opening up of millet and sorghum plantations with cassava will bring about more than 3.8 million jobs in the country.
So we are really pressed on time here, but Mark, you have heard it from the Secretary that is going to be responsible for the changes that are going to take place in the maize flour at the tables in the coming months. It is a pilot project. Currently, 2 millers have been identified to help with this. They're going to blend maize with millet, maize with cassava, and maize with sorghum. And what is key in this is that over time, flour has been fortified in a chemical way, or rather through chemical formulas. But they're saying through this, they'll be able to instill these deficiencies of minerals that are currently in our flour that is going to be in an organic way as opposed to the chemical way. So we're following up this story, and probably in the 7 and 9 o'clock bulletins we'll have a detailed brief of what blending of flour really means towards Kenya's staple food of ugali, Mark.